What is going on, everybody? This is Mike from the Last Corvette. Well, just got the video cable, the RCA that's specific to cameras or anything that requires a trigger. As you can see, there's an extra wire right here. That's your trigger wire. That's your signal wire. As I stated in my original video, part 1, as you can see, these are double male ended connections here, which basically means, like I explained before, anything that plugs into your head unit will have a female adapter or receptacle, and then same goes for the backup camera itself. So what I'm going to do here, obviously, this is long, as I stated, 10 meters, I believe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop it, and then I'm going to cut in and show you what it looks like inside. All right, so as you can see, I made a cut. I exposed the 3 wires. You got a black, a yellow, and a red, okay, behind the insulation here. So these are not shielded. This is a cheaper version, even though the we'll say the description said it was a shielded housing. So it means that the shield would actually be in between your rubber outer sleeve and these wires. They're not shielded. The only shielding you have is obviously just the sleeves. Okay. All right, everybody. So I cut off a piece from one end of this video input cable. I also cut down the shielding, as you can see. Now, going back to old school ways, what I used to do when we used to do a lot of audio video is you take a very sharp blade and you basically start shaving off until you expose the wires. Make sure you don't cut into the wires. This little nick right here is actually not through the shielding. That's where I was holding it with my nails, because once you make yourself a nice clean cut, the outer shielding has to come off. So what you do is you grab a hold of these thin wires to pull it off without damaging the 3 wires, basically, or possibly breaking them. So inside you got a black, a yellow, and a red. That's for your video. And then this little guy here is your trigger, like I said before. So what I did on the vehicle side, I already cut off the old male end. So I have my trigger going to the camera right there, and then this is the original video input cable that runs all the way to the head unit. So I'm gonna have to do the same thing here. I'm going to cut this shielding back and then start making my connections. All right, so the vehicle side is done. Same thing. I cut back just enough of your shielding or your insulation that covers up the 3 wires. So now we're going to make these connections and connect our power and test it out. Now, of course, when I'm done, what I'm going to do is shield everything back up. And I think in this case, because this is actually a cheaper video wire or input cable, whatever you want to call it. So electrical tape will be just fine. All right, so I'm pretty pissed right now. I just went and made my connections. I had to solder the 3 wires, and I had my phone set up right there where the target tab goes. Nothing got recorded. So anyway, let's kind of dive into the fix. So this is the female end coming from the camera. This is the male end that I purchased and then cut down to size. There's a reason why I have electrical tape and had electrical tape, an original one. That way it doesn't come apart, and because it's like a slip fit. It's not a press fit, or there's no click or locking. So it's best to put some electrical tapes on all of your RCA connections. And it also insulates it as well. This is just a piece of electrical tape holding the wires in. And then this is what I showed you earlier. So there's electrical tape now, basically as an insulator, but underneath there is string tubing and my connections, obviously, for the black, yellow, and the red, your video inputs. So anyway, let's test it out. And I'm going to show you guys how to put this back together. All right, let's see if this works. Turn the accessory mode on. I do have to say, these video input cables that come with these kits are super cheap. If I have to go through this again, I'm definitely going to go back to my roots and order something more durable and a little bit more heavy duty. We'll just put it to you this way. So right now it's booting up. It's actually calling up the front camera. I do have two cameras, a front facing and a backup camera here. Now this head unit here technically only has one dedicated video backup camera input, I should say. So this is the front camera that's facing the front of the garage. This camera is powered through the auxiliary video input, which can be anything. In this case, it's a camera. If this was a head unit where it had two dedicated cameras, usually there's a button right there where you can go camera 1, camera 2. So let's go here. Okay, so here's the camera view. So this is the actual backup camera. And then here is the picture. And basically what was happening throughout the summer, let me take my e-brake off here. What was happening throughout the summer is the picture would come and go. And then when fall hit, I was actually getting fuzz. So like, let's say a quarter of the screen was just basically white noise. And that usually pinpoints to the video input cable, or possibly some kind of interference with the power or the ground. But regardless, let's command the front camera. Here's the front camera right there. So you can go to right there, audio video. So the way I have it set up, just so you guys know, is this here is my front camera. And then I can call up my backup camera either through here while I'm driving, let's say. All right, so as far as this back trim piece, this panel, you just want to make sure it's all the way seated like this. Okay, and then the first thing you're going to do is you're going to spin on your cargo net hook / retainer. Show you another one somewhere here. There it is. So these go on top like that, just spin it on. Basically what holds this whole trim piece in place. You kind of zoom out so you guys can see what the hell I'm doing. All right, make it square. And then we're gonna grab these bottom dudes. They go in here, over this post, wherever that is, right here. So they just snap on. There should be another one. This one here, and then there's a couple of clips like that. Make sure they're, everything is nice and uniformed. Right, so spin them on so they're facing the same way. Because I like to do that anyway. All right, so now the only thing we have are these push pins. Now I got some, I don't know if if these will actually work. I don't know if it's the right diameter, but we're gonna give it a try. So the push pin goes in here. No, it clicked in. Grab another one. Where is the push pin? There it is. And then here's the other push pin here. Let's see, the good way to see, well, see, that's pulling right out. So these push pins are too small in diameter. Let me see if this one will do a better job. This is a expandable push. So let's do that. Okay, these are perfect. So I grabbed a couple of different kinds here. As you can see, that's a stem style. Insert that in, lock it in. And then, like I said, you can I see this one's still coming out. So I'll have to grab, yeah, see. I'm gonna put these in for now, but I'm gonna have to grab some larger diameter push pins. And these are, I mean, they'll work, but All right, so anyway, that's complete. Now I got to put the battery on charge. The battery is starting to get low. All right, talk to you guys later. All right, so one of the things that I think every C6 owner knows is when you're working on it, you should technically disconnect the battery, because I had the trunk lid open, let's say, for 30 minutes. I had a door open for another 30 minutes, all at the same time, and the battery got drained. These things, I don't know what it is. This is a brand new battery, but they do chew up batteries. I mean, they go through batteries and they'll freaking make that battery flat. So right now, I have this C6 on charge. I'm charging it up, and then once it's charged, I'm going to, let me zoom out so you guys can see the car. I'm going to start it up, warm it up, and then we'll cycle through the camera one last time, and it'll be a done deal. And yes, during the winter months, I am always trickle charging this vehicle, because they are known to eat up batteries real quick. Trust me. All right, so I got the battery charged. This way the vehicle is happy, all the computers are happy. Let's see. Let me put this, got 55 miles range, which is nice because I need to put some 93 octane in it for the winter. So once again, this button here, front camera, and then I'm actually going to put this in reverse, which this input is driven off the computer. So there you go. Finally, a nice clear image of the backup camera wherever you're backing up. Trust me, once you get used to it, these C6s never came with a backup camera, and all the new vehicles obviously do, but once you get used to it and you get it installed, it's like you can't be without it. Pretty badass. All right, so I'm gonna let this thing warm up now. Close the window here, and then of course, as I showed you guys in the original video, besides getting larger push pins, that is the camera here. And like I said, I always like to do everything, you know, OEM looking. I don't like license plate style frame cameras, none of that. All right, on to the next one.